Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming in to you today in Clash Royale. Today, we're going to look at Marco's Xbow Cycle Deck 2.9. You guys can see it on the screen right about now in the battle deck slot. It's super fast, it's super free-to-play friendly, and as you can see, he's number 1 in the entire world right now. He was a free-to-play player for actually a long time, and then he recently got sponsored to play some grand challenges, so we farmed up his account. Kind of really cool to see the evolution of Marco going from purely free-to-play to actually getting paid to play, and then achieving that #1 spot in the global leaderboard. So today we're going to review his gameplay against some of the other best players that Clash Royale has to offer. Really excited about this video, and I'm recording late at night. I never record late at night. I don't know why I don't, I guess I'm at home. That's why I don't. But either way, I wonder if there'll be a difference in my energy level. I don't know. I feel like amped up for this video. Either way, you can see Royal Ghost ignores the hidden Tesla as it hides, unfortunately for Marco there. The Royal Ghost does get a couple hits on that right tower. Now, the Inferno Dragon Hog deck that Sensor is playing is absolutely fantastic. A great deck, so Marco's going to have his work cut out for him. The Tesla, though, doing some serious work defensively there. Tesla is such a powerful card right now. Basically, there's 2 or 3 variations of Xbow going around right now. One with the Tornado and the Ewiz, another one with the Hunter, and then a third one with the Tesla. This is actually personally my favorite version of Xbow, and it works great at tournament level standard or any arena level in ladder, where you can actually use the cards in the deck. So this should really help everybody, even though he's at the very top of Arena 12, Legendary Arena. So here you can see he got a lot of damage on that left tower of Sensor, but he still has to, we don't have Rocket in this deck, we have Fireball. So it's not like we can just rely on Rocket cycling like the old school Xbow decks towards the end of a match. So let's see how he finishes off this match here. So again, the Tesla doing work right in the center there, placed in the center, a very nice defensive position, of course anticipating any Hog Rider that might be coming. Sensor is kind of stymied when it comes to dropping his Hog. He has to wait for those Teslas to go bye-bye. So that Hog actually does get like 3 hits, it looks like, 3 hits on that right tower. However, we're about to unload on that left lane. Now remember, with the Xbow guys, I mean, at the risk of being super Captain Obvious here, Xbow, even if it's at like 25% health, can take like half the HP off a tower. So, you get a feel the more you play Xbow. I consider myself a pretty crappy Xbow player for a long time, and I still consider myself not incredibly great or anything, but I got to the point where it was my second most confident deck. It was actually a deck that I used a lot in King's Cup 2 when I played against CMC. He actually beat me on a mirror match, but it's CMC, of course he beat me, right? I used it against Cam, and I won my match against Cam with it. I think that it's a really solid deck, Xbow, and it's one of those decks that you can learn because, thankfully, for a guy like yours truly, the skill cap isn't incredibly high, I feel, or maybe it just suits me better, but either way, I feel like the skill cap isn't super high on Xbow. So maybe you're not an Xbow player and you tuned in, well, I don't know, to support the channel. Thank you so much if you did. But honestly, I would really, I'm trying to speak to you out there who has no interest in playing this deck. I would really encourage you to give it a shot because it's a fun deck. It's a super fast deck considering the win condition is 6 elixir. The deck is only 2.9 average elixir cost, and Marco is just fantastic at playing it. So he starts out here by cycling skeletons in the back. He is able to lure out an opponent's log, so then he's going to go ahead and cycle an Ice Spirit in the right. So at this point, kind of tit for tat, nothing really going on here, and finally we're going to cycle a knight in the back here. So because this is a super fast deck, it's okay to cycle your cycle cards, your Ice Spirit and your skeletons, at the beginning of a match. So he's going to preemptively place that Tesla and then wait a minute. He wants to wait to see what the opponent does. He's not necessarily always going to play the Tesla and then immediately drop the Xbow. He doesn't catch that miner, but the miner only gets a few hits off on that left tower, luring out another log from the opponent. He caught that Royal Ghost again, same scenario. The Royal Ghost actually does get 1 hit off on the Xbow there, but look at this. this. The opponent's playing the Hunter. Hunter is so strong against Siege because of that spread shot, but if you can block him, like you saw there with the Knight, if you can block the Hunter, he'll actually get no damage because the shots, unlike Executioner, don't go through the card, the opposing troop, okay? So look at this situation. We're halfway through the match almost, give a few seconds, and we haven't done 1 HP damage to the opponent's towers. Now this is going to be a reoccurring theme throughout this video, guys. There's often times where we haven't even touched a tower going into double elixir time. And the cool thing about Marco is, a lesson that I think we all can learn, especially yours truly, is don't panic and don't switch up your game style and don't be over aggressive. Just because this is a fast deck doesn't mean it's like a hog cycle deck or a minor poison cycle deck where you're relying on chip damage early on. This deck actually performs really well in double elixir time. You can go ahead and cycle Xbows like a madman. You can basically always have an Xbow on the arena in double elixir time. Of course, you want to be tactful about it, but you know you can. So here, we're going to use the Knight, draw that Royal Ghost into the center there. Meanwhile, we're dropping those skeletons, trying anything to block that Hunter from taking away our Xbow. Finally, oh, the Royal Ghost still getting a few hits on him. We did not, we connected there, but not for a ton of damage. And meanwhile, our left tower is down to 15-12 against Carito, by the way, who I should say is a Sandstorm player, really good player in his own right. However, there's like 3 Carito accounts, so I'm not sure exactly which one this is. Anyway, a really, really good predictive Tesla there, able to take out the Hunter because Carito dropped that Hunter in the same spot every time. And look at this Xbow. We did everything to push that miner away from the Xbow, and the miner and the with the miner and the poison, it's gonna take the Xbow down eventually, but we got that right tower into 1189. And what did I just tell you guys? You can quickly cycle with this deck. We're gonna block that Xbow with the Knight there, and then we're gonna drop the log, and guess what? That's gonna be all she wrote, guys. And Carito is upset, and can you blame him? He played a really good match. He didn't make any misplays, that many misplays certainly, but eventually Marco was able to finish him off. I think this was the match that got him to #1 in the world. I'm not 100% sure, but look at this, very annoying Mortar bait deck. Yeah, I would say this is an annoying deck. You guys know, those of you who are longtime CWA viewers know that I hate the Mortar. Really annoying to play against. You know what? I hate it because I suck against it. That's being honest with you guys. I suck against Mortar, but you know what? Who doesn't? Marco. Marco doesn't suck against Mortar, so let's see how he handles this deck. He drops the Knight opposite lane, drops the Archers, same lane as the Mortar. He's able to avoid any hits, and then he uses the Fireball to take out the Bats and the Ice Spirit for a -1 elixir trade, but hey, he's able to, you know, mitigate getting a lot of damage onto that left tower. It's down to about 3k right now, so again, you know, I think, if memory serves me correctly, I think that, again, we're not going to do much damage, if any at all, in the first 2 minutes of this match. So again, it just goes to show you guys that, hey, you don't have to be super aggressive. You don't have to panic with this deck. I think that's a problem that I had in my game before I saw this gameplay by Marco, right? I was the type of player who would, if things weren't going my way early on, I'd be like, okay, man, let's up the tempo. Pedal to the metal here. Pedal to the metal. But there's no reason to rush it now that I see Marco's gameplay. I mean, he's super calm, collected, and not in a rush at any moment in these matches. So he does, unfortunately, get a Mortar lock on the left tower here again, and that log there, again, 1 minute and 30 seconds in, was the first damage we did to any of the opponent's towers. So again, here comes the Miner and the Bats. We're going to place the Knight and the Archers, stopping these Bats from getting a ton of damage, but they do get a significant amount of chip damage. I think 1 or maybe 2 of the Bats connected on that left tower. So here it goes. We have a Knight going down the left lane, but we don't have enough elixir to drop the Xbow, and it would just be a waste of the Xbow had we done that right now. So again, very keen awareness of how much elixir his opponent has. So with 14:52 on the tower and only 1 minute left, we set a defensive Xbow there. Well, now why do you guys think he did that? Do you think he was anticipating the Mortar, or do you think he was just anticipating the very strong push here from the opponent? Well, either way, now we're able to cycle back to a second Xbow when we have the elixir advantage. So basically, he went on offense first. We're able to catch that miner, zap the, oh man, that was beautiful. I mean, the opponent zapped, we didn't zap, but eventually we actually did get a lock on those Spirit Goblins just a little bit too late, and I told you guys, look at that Xbow. It was about 1/3 when it finally latched onto the tower, and look at this, with 1/3 HP on that Xbow, it's able to take it all the way down with the help of the fireball, the 476, boom, just like that, we're in the lead. We're able to cycle, all it takes is 2 logs and 1 fireball, and it will be down. There's the fireball, all we need is 1 log here, and guess what, guys, we're in luck because this deck cycles super quickly. There's the log, gonna finish off the match there. Very well played there by Marco, not panicking, playing that defensive Xbow with about 45-50 seconds left in the match, and really came through super strong there. Very good job there by Marco. I'm learning so much just by watching Marco. Oh, in Big Spin. He's going to be going against Big Spin, guys. Big Spin was one of my favorite guests. He was in yesterday's video, I think. Not sure which order I'm going to upload these to because I'm recording them at the same time. Little tearing down the fourth wall for you guys. So, he's going against Big Spin. Big Spin actually came on my channel. He had reached #1 global. German player, streamer, YouTuber, top player, awesome guy. I learned so much by having him on, teaching me not just how to play this graveyard deck, but how to play graveyard in general. Really good lesson. So even if you guys don't have Royal Ghost or graveyard or a high-level graveyard or whatever, I would strongly recommend, and I'm not saying this just so you watch my video, honestly, that video I learned a lot from, so you guys might want to check that out. I'll include it in the link below if you guys want to. Anyway, here comes the first graveyard push there by Big Spin, and we're able to actually defend it really well. Of course, Royal Ghost isn't the best tank to combo with graveyard because he disappears, and then the tower can relock onto the skeletons, and then it will never attach again to the Royal Ghost, unless the Royal Ghost is at the tower, because obviously it goes by proximity. Anyway, a very fast cycle here. We're able to set up the Xbow and the Tesla in a matter of seconds right next to each other in the left lane. And we get the lock on. So once we get this lock on, with the Tesla there protecting the Xbow, we know it's going to be a good start to this match. And again, the Xbow, with just a sliver of health, takes that left tower all the way down to almost 2,000 HP, guys. This guy's a beast, man. Marco, where have you been all my life? At least my YouTube career. Anyway, good fireball there by Marco. You know, the thing with Big Spin, something that he told us while he was on my channel, is that he's always trying to lure out the opponent's poison, the opponent's spell, with the Goblin Hut. However, you know, Fireball's no good against Graveyard. So Marco can afford to use his Fireball, his only real big direct damage spell in this deck. He can afford to go ahead and use it on the Goblin Hut because he's not trying to save. There's no point in saving the Fireball for the Graveyard. So here comes a Graveyard Poison push. Again, though, we did a pretty good job with those archers while they stayed alive. We have the Tesla kind of set up there. Now we have 2 Teslas. Man, 2 Teslas. This is going to be so hard for Big Spin to get through. 1 Tesla finally fading there, but here it comes. Royal Ghost, we're just going to keep cycling. We had Skeletons, we had Ice Spirit, and then we had Knight. And you can see the Xbow still has about 2/3 health on it. That's going to be GG, guys. That's going to be GG. So anyway, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to Marco for joining me. Thanks, man. It was great gameplay. Really enjoyed reviewing it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I want to give a huge shout out to my YouTube sponsor, Bren Chong. Bren, thank you for everything, man. Check out Bren's information in the description below. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.